This time, I was too late. I guess life is sad when you feel like that. So let's stop and take a little step back for a bit and start from the very beginning. It was precisely 3:20 in the afternoon on a cold, bright April day. In an old run-down farmhouse by the woods lived a loving mother and her child. The child was playing joyfully on the grass for hours upon end.
I'm the king of the castle and you're the dirty rascal. I have ruled it for many years and every decision was one I had made. The mountains I built to keep back the beast. I'm a king of so much power. I can even chop my head off and still survive. Ouch! I think I may have chopped my head off. I quickly grabbed some screws from the shed so I could get my head back on before my mum could find out.
It was now time to go to the great picnic.
You daft trumpet, your head is screwed on backwards, said my mum. However, that didn't bother me too much because it was my first great picnic tomorrow. I even heard rumors that it was a water theme this year, which was very exciting.
The great picnic is the most important and exciting event of the year. Everyone plays games and tells jokes. It's one of the happiest places for everyone. And yes, there are lots of decorations and plenty of incredibly tasty food. So they started their journey to the great picnic.
However, it wasn't long until we were lost in my kingdom. I could only see a few trees and the sides of my giant castle.
It was a long and complex route they were taking, so no wonder they were getting a little lost. So I decided to give them a little help. Hey there! Trust me, let me guide you on a journey through your kingdom to the great picnic.
We were led through hills upon hills, valleys within valleys so deep that no sound could ever escape. We even passed a rock. A romantic rock just gently rolling down the hill, minding its own business. We soon entered a great ancient forest. The trees were so tall that they had to be chained to the ground to stop them from floating away. The trees were so dense that it made the sun angry at the branches because it was stealing all of its sun rays.
Did you know there are over 200,000 leaves on an average tree? You will need to know this knowledge to survive.
I could hardly see anything, except a few small but fragrant flowers sitting delicately on the branches. They were home to the giggling butterflies. They looked so happy playing hide and seek with the birds in the treetops. The soft silk-like grass felt as if a royal carpet was being laid for the great picnic.
Are you not curious about what the giggling butterflies are laughing about?
I asked my mum what the joke was that everyone was laughing at.
It took a while for her to answer, but then she burst out laughing. She said that everyone was laughing at how green the trees were looking today.
I couldn't believe how I missed that. They were so green today, it was very funny.
With every step closer to the great picnic, the more nervous you felt.
I could not contain what I felt inside me. My legs were shaking and my heart was beating so fast.
It was even harder because you couldn't make any sudden movements or otherwise you could get zapped because the tree was feeling particularly sensitive today.
You are forgetting to breathe, my mum said to me.
You need to breathe to survive.
As we finally neared the entrance, I couldn't actually believe that we were finally going to the great picnic. As I had guessed, it was water themed this year.
It's a glorious sight, isn't it?
My nerves were quickly morphing into pure excitement.
You need to remember to breathe.
It looked so stunning. It was just like what my dreams had imagined. There were so many colors that I had never seen before. The great picnic was located on an island on a small lake. There were mountains of food piled up magnificently. The entrance to the Great Picnic was a grand, ancient, wooden bridge with exotic plants growing all around it. As we entered the bridge towards the Great Picnic,
Stop. You shall not pass. I'm sorry to say, but you are not allowed to go to the picnic. We only let people in with their heads screwed on properly.
my body was suddenly soaked in so much sadness. How could I have screwed everything up so bad?
Everyone around is looking and laughing at you.
What was even worse was the way my mum looked at me. She was going so red it looked like her head was going to explode with embarrassment. I couldn't deal with how I was making them feel.
You are feeling stupid and embarrassed. I think you should just leave. The longer you stay here, the worse it gets.
I couldn't let my family down again. So I decided to walk off on my own to make my mum so bloody proud.
Don't worry, let me help you. I'm going to try my best to make this as clear and easy for you.
There was blood everywhere I looked. My mum's head has exploded.
You should feel the presence of joy inside you now. All your problems are solved. No one is looking at you anymore, but instead, they're looking at your mum because she has no head. Everything is now okay. You have screws in your head and you don't know why. It's okay. Your mind isn't thinking straight. The screws in your head have gone rusty. No, the fault is yours. Trust me, everything will be okay. Trust me, you will be happy. You're part of a complex system. Stop questioning me. You are feeling symptoms of distress and panic. You shouldn't be feeling like that. Why are you thinking like that? Obey my voice. Trust me, everything will be okay. Trust me, you will be happy. You're not okay. You are forgetting to breathe. I would quite like you to stop thinking like that. You don't need to understand. You need to remember to breathe. To survive, you need to breathe. You are feeling symptoms of distress and panic. You need to remember to breathe. To survive, you need to breathe. Trust me, everything will be okay. Trust me, you will be happy. You don't need to be running from me anymore. You shouldn't be feeling like that. No, I'm right. You're wrong. You need to remember to breathe. To survive, you need to breathe. The door to your kingdom is now closed. Alone you will sit, lost in your kingdom. You're getting fooled by your own mind. You need to remember to breathe. To survive, you need to breathe. I guess it's quite lonely on your throne. You need to remember to breathe. To survive, you need to breathe. You have screws in your head and you don't know why. You need to remember to breathe. To survive, you need to breathe. King of the castle, no more. I guess life is sad when you feel like that.